Thank you, sir. Good evening, one and all. You all are welcome to this webinar organized by Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa. Firstly, I would like to thank respected principal and chief organizer, Dr. Betkar MM, who has given opportunity to introduce a resource person on this virtual platform. I am also thankful to respected Karat sir and IQSC coordinator Dr. Kale sir and all the respected participants, those are joining this webinar. So I am very happy to introduce here today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Carolline David ma'am, who is very familiar to us, and she is HOD of Economics Department, DTSS College of Commerce, Malad East, Mumbai. Today's title of speech is Empowerment of Women, a Must for Sustainable Development. She is an associate professor and has been teaching experience for the last 35 years in the same institution. She completed PhD in economics with title Human Resource Development of the Slums of Malad East through education. She also completed her PhD in spiritual healing through angels from Divine Blessings Academy, Texas in 2013, and also had done a minor research on the same topic through Mumbai University on the same. She is registered guide of Mumbai University and JJTU for economics. Recently, she is appointed as a member of Board of Studies of the NSS unit of Mumbai University. She is very much interested in cultural activities and organizes many programs for her college. She is in charge of WDC of her college and alumni too. She has written more than 45 papers and published at national and international level, and invited as an expert in the subject of economics by many colleges, and has been appointed by the university too for the same. She has given the talks as a resource person on different topics like personality development, self-development, universal values in life, soft skills, etc. She organized many international conferences for colleges in Mumbai, and she has concluded the speeches 125 webinars of Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa. We are very proud of her excellent concluding speech for webinar series. Thank you, ma'am. So after this introduction, I would like to request today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Carolline ma'am. Please start your presentation. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Anita ma'am, for the wonderful introduction. At the very outset, let me wish all my dear women friends a very happy Women's Month and pray that every day is Women's Day. I thank the Almighty for this day where I can share my views with such highly educated friends on the online platform. Women are God's wonderful creation who contribute to the growth and welfare of the nation. When they are in action, men show their reaction. Hard work and pain they are willing to take, but they anticipate some gains in the form of gratitude as they have a positive attitude. Simple as nature, willing to nurture, degraded like nature, but important for our culture. Why important for our culture? क्योंकि उनको मंदिर में बिठा के हम उनकी पूजा करते हैं, लेकिन घर में उनका कोई रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करता है. मंदिर में as goddess Kali, goddess Durga, we worship them. Women are like trees, which they are not aware of. They should learn to keep their heads high as they are capable of reaching the sky. They are always ready to give shade to their family. It is only that people should accept it happily. Yes, both men and women contribute to the betterment of the family. With these words, Dr. Carolline David from DTSS College of Commerce, Mumbai expresses her gratitude to God and the organizers of this program, that is Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya, not forgetting respected Dr. Betkar sir, the captain of the ship, and my mentor. Respect to all the dignitaries present here too. Dr. Carolline David wishes one and all a very good evening. My topic today is empowerment of women, a must for sustainable development. will we get this empowerment? It is through self-motivation. The most courageous act is to think of your own self and love yourself and believe in yourself, even when you are in the worst situation. No one should succeed in making you feel inferior without your consent. You yourself, as much as anybody, deserves your love and attention. Know your own self-worth and believe in self-praise. Have a high self-esteem. The story of a little poor boy who used to sell pens at the railway station. People thought he was beggar. He was a beggar and he used to give him money. But one gentleman came, he bought pens from him and he paid him the money. And he saluted him and he went off. After a few years, this boy grew up and he became a very rich man. Once he met this businessman in some function. He went up to this businessman and he told this businessman, "Do you recognize me?" He said, "No, dear, I don't." He said, "You are the one who made me a rich businessman. I used to sell pens at the station. People thought I was a beggar and they made me feel I was a beggar. But when you called me a businessman, that that motivated me and my self-esteem increased. And from that day, I decided that I am not a beggar, I am a businessman and I will remain a businessman. And today I have become a very rich businessman." In the same way, we should have our own self-worth. I'm talking about the woman. Yes, a small girl went to her mother and she said, Mama, what is my value?" So Mama gave her a stone and she said, "Go to the market and find your value. First you go to the local market, then you go to the exhibition, then you go to the, jeweler's shop." So she took the stone and she went to the market and she said, stone for sale. A lady came to her. She said, "How much?" She just showed her two figures. The lady said, 20 rupees. So this girl just kept quiet. Then she came home and she told her mother, "My value is just 20 rupees. So now you go to the exhibition." So she took the same stone and went to the exhibition. And there again some person came to her. She showed her two fingers. And then that person said, "Oh, it's $200. So she was so happy. She went to her mom and she said, the stone is worth $200. Then again she went to the jeweler's shop where they sell only stone. And there was an old man. The moment he saw the stone, he said, "I am willing to pay any price for this stone. Only I know the value of this stone." And he said, she just asked him, "How much you will pay?" So, "How much do you want? I'm willing to pay any price for it." She went home and she narrated the whole thing to her mother. Her mother said, "Yes, you should know your self-worth. Don't put yourself in the wrong market. You should know your worth and you should be in the right place. And please have your own self-worth and self-praise. Never depend on others for it. It is very important because you'll increase your own happiness. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, it is hard to feel good about anything and do anything. Success comes to only those people who dare to. Remember, success comes to only those people who dare to. A lady, she was very much depressed with her family life. She went to the garden and she sat down. She wanted to commit suicide. And she was just thinking, what am I to do? Should I die? Should I live? I have my children and all. Suddenly she saw a man selling balloons. And all the balloons were going high. Only one black balloon was down. So she thought, "Oh, that black balloon is me. See, look at that black balloon. It is lower than the other balloons. They all are high up in the sky." So saying, she went to the balloon man and she said, "These balloons are all high and this black balloon is low. Is it that this means that people who are depressed, who are poor, they're all low?" He said, "No, I didn't fill in gas properly in that black balloon." So she realized that she has to increase her self-worth. She has to increase her self-esteem. She had to work hard and she had to dare it. She had to take the initiative. Only then she can also fly high up in the sky. A self-motivated, empowered woman draws strength from troubles, smile during distress, and grows stronger with prayers and hope. She is determined to keep herself happy, come what may. She accepts the war that she has gone through and ennobles her scars. Empowering women is very necessary, as women are a very important part of human resources and they cannot be wasted. Women has the hidden word men in them. That means a woman is capable of doing the work of both men and women. So women can do a lot. They're responsible for the upbringing of both their children. They can bring equality and reduce gender inequality. So women have to be paid more attention. Now, what is sustainable development? Sustainable development is making use of the resources that we have to fulfill the needs of the current generation and to keep enough for the future generation also. Sustainable development goals aim at reducing gender inequality and empowering women by 2020. ये बोल के 7-8 साल हो गए, अभी 7-8 साल रह गए, लेकिन अभी तक ये गोल अचीव नहीं हुआ. The time starts now or never. Who has to work for it? A woman has to work for it, because a woman is a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and a daughter-in-law. Woman has the power to change a man. That means if she does the upbringing of the child. So if right from beginning she teaches the children that there is no difference between a girl and boy. अगर आप बर्तन घस रहे हो तो आप झाड़ू पोछा करो. अगर वो अच्छे स्कूल में जा रहा है तो आप भी अच्छे स्कूल में जा रहे. अगर मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है अच्छे स्कूल में डालने के लिए तो मैं दोनों को म्युनिसिपल स्कूल में डालूंगी, लेकिन बेटे को अच्छे स्कूल में और बेटी को ये म्युनिसिपल स्कूल में ऐसे नहीं करूंगी. तो अगर ये लेडीज if they start thinking in that way, I mean they can change the world. Because I told you that she's a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and a daughter-in-law. Women are referred to nature and men to culture. Just as nature is degraded, women too are degraded. They are only respected in the temple as goddess and not at home. It is impossible to achieve sustainable development without reducing gender inequality and empowering both women and girls. As women not only take care of the family, but they take care of nature in different ways. They know the importance of plants. They know the importance of herbs, जड़ी बूटियों का क्या काम है. अभी कोरोना में कितने लेडीज ने अपनी फैमिली बचाई. उनको मालूम था क्या क्या चाय में डाल के देना है, कौन सा चीज अच्छे थे तबीयत के लिए. ये सब लेडीज जानते हैं. उनको ये भी मालूम है कि घर कैसे चलाना है. कम से कम बजट में वो लोग घर चलाते हैं. अगर उनका पति उनको 5,000 देगा तो 5,000 में भी अच्छा खाना बना के देते हैं. वो लोग घूम घूम के सस्ते मार्केट से आलू टमाटर लेके आएंगे. और ये भी नहीं है, उन लोग वो भी 5,000 से में कुछ पैसे कमाएंगे, बचाएंगे और रखेंगे. सो दे आर वेरी गुड इन सेविंग्स. और उनको हर्ब्स, जड़ी बूटियों, और उन लोग ही है जिसको प्लांट से इतना प्यार है और प्लांट्स ग्रो करते हैं. तो वुमेन इज नेचर and man is culture. So we have to give importance to women. Now, there are 3 important slabs of a cake. Cake का 3 लेयर है. जो नीचे का जो लेयर है ना वो environment है. बीच का लेयर है वो social है, social development है. और ऊपर का लेयर है वो economic development. अभी केक का एक भी स्लैब थोड़ा भी कच्चा रहा तो पूरा केक सत्यानाश हो जाएगा. ये तीनों भी एनवायरमेंटल डेवलपमेंट, सोशल डेवलपमेंट और इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, ये पिलर्स है, देश के पिलर्स. पूरा देश इसके तीनों के ऊपर है. तो तीनों बराबर होने चाहिए. They can't be one नीचे और एक ऊपर, ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. तीनों को बराबर होना चाहिए. अगर आपने 10वीं में 80% लाया, 12वीं में 40% लाया, 15वीं में 50% लाया, तो आपका रिजल्ट सस्टेनेबल नहीं है. अगर आप अभी अच्छा जीवन जी रहे क्योंकि आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब कमा रहे हैं, अच्छी सैलरी मिल रही है, आज करोड़पति कल करोड़पति, ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. हम अभी भी y is equal to c plus s करते हैं. थोड़ा पैसा हम s में क्यों डालते हैं? क्योंकि बाद में भी हम लोग को ये करोड़पति के जैसे ही जीना है. आज अच्छा खाया तो कल भी हमें अच्छा खाना है, इसलिए हम उसको सस्टेन करते हैं. सो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड these 3 are the pillars. These 3 are the cake: environment, social और eco. तो सबसे बड़ा स्लैब कौन सा है? एनवायरमेंटल डेवलपमेंट. ये सबसे बड़ा स्लैब है. केन्या में क्या हो गया? उन्होंने एनवायरमेंट के ऊपर ही जोर दिया. उनके एनिमल्स इतने बढ़ गए कि खेती में आके नाश करने लगे, लोगों का नाश करने लगे. तो दे गॉट एनवायरमेंटल डेवलपमेंट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ सोशल डेवलपमेंट एंड इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट. ये दोनों उनका नीचे गया. चाइना ने क्या किया? पूरा इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हो गया इनका, इतना इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, बट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ सोशल डेवलपमेंट एंड एनवायरमेंट डेवलपमेंट. वहां पे इतना पोल्यूशन है कि 2017 में उन्होंने बोला था कि बहुत बीमारियां आने वाले हैं, चाइना के लोग मरने वाले. वैसे यूएस में देयर इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, इतना डेवलपमेंट हो चुका है, बट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल डेवलपमेंट एंड सोशल डेवलपमेंट. तो वो सस्टेन नहीं हो रहा है. तो क्या हो रहा है? अभी धरती माँ गुस्सा हो रही है, क्रोध में आ रही है, वो गाना गाती रही है, वो गाना गा के हमको वार्न कर रही है. अर्थक्वेक, फ्लड, फैमिन सब कुछ हो रहा है, लेकिन हम लोग वो गाना सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. धरती माँ बोल रहे आप अगर नहीं सुनोगे तो मुझे आपको सुनने में कान पकड़ के सीधा करने आता है। बोल रहे कि 2009 में सॉरी 2050 तक पॉपुलेशन 9 बिलियन होने वाला है। तो ये धरती ये बोझ ले सकेगी कि नहीं, ये हमें नहीं मालूम है। What will happen? धरती माँ क्या करेगी अगर ये पॉपुलेशन बढ़ते गया और 9 बिलियन हो जाएगा 2050 में, तो समझो क्या होने वाला है। तो we all have to unite, all the countries, we all have to get together and save our planet, that is the earth. Sustainable development is a must. GDP important नहीं है, आज की तारीख में सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है। हमें रिसोर्सेज को इतने अच्छे से यूज करना चाहिए कि आगे की पीढ़ी को भी खाने के लिए मिलना चाहिए, वो भी अच्छा खाना, हेल्दी खाना और हेल्दी एयर और हेल्दी क्लीन वाटर, ये सब आगे की पीढ़ी को भी मिलना चाहिए। सो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट हैज इमर्ज्ड एज अ गाइडिंग प्रिंसिपल फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म ग्लोबल डेवलपमेंट एंड इट एम्स एट व्हाट? Economic development, social development, and environmental development. The term sustainable development, it came to prominence in the conservation strategy in 1980 and has gained more importance and attention since the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development held in Brazil in June 1992, and on 25th September 2015, United Nations General Assembly with almost 193 countries adopted the 230 agenda. That is 230 तक उन लोग सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स को अचीव करेंगे। और ये सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स क्या है, कितने हैं? 17 है, वो भी 3 स्लैब में बांटा गया है। वन इज एनवायरमेंटल, सोशल और इकोनॉमिक। सोशल डेवलपमेंट के लिए नो पॉवर्टी, जीरो पॉवर्टी, फूड फॉर ऑल, एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल, gender equality, clean water, clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, good health and well-being for all. फिर economic development के लिए reduce inequality, decent job for all, innovation, industrial development and infrastructural development, responsible consumption and production, and third is environmental development के लिए climate action, life underwater, life above water, and even what is that participation of all the countries for peace and justice and collaboration of all in unity. So these are the 17 sustainable development goals and they aim at transforming the whole world. That is why they are called global goals. They are altogether 17 and they are into 3 layers. और तीनों layers के मैंने आपको बताया कौन से points है. They are all interconnected, interrelated to each other. अगर आपने एक पे जोर दिया और दोनों को इग्नोर किया वो भी नहीं हो सकता। आपको तीनों को बराबर लेके चलना है। ये तीनों पिलर्स है इकोनॉमी के और उनको बराबर लेके चलना है। These global goals, they were adopted by 193 countries. And what is the fifth goal? Fifth goal is reduce gender inequality and remove the discrimination among boys and girls, the difference between boys and girls. और ये कहते हैं कि by 2030 ऐसे होने वाला है। काश ऐसे होगा क्योंकि अभी हमारे पास सिर्फ 6-7 साल ही बाकी है। Development in all its dimensions must include all people everywhere. That is economic goal is equality. मतलब equal for men and women. Job opportunities should be equal for men and women. Education should be equal to men and women. We should include all type of people, the poor people, the vulnerable people, the marginalized people. ऐसे नहीं है कि सिर्फ अमीरों के लिए ये है sustainable development goal. It is social inclusion. उसका एक goal है social inclusion. मतलब entire society को लेके चलो. This comprehensive agenda of 17 goals recognizes that it is no longer sufficient just to focus on economic growth, but on a fairer and more equal societies and a safer and more prosperous planet. Sustainable goal is an approach to economic development without compromising the quality of the environment for the future generation. In the name of economic development, the price of environmental damage is paid in the form of land degradation, soil erosion, air and water pollution, deforestation. This damage surpasses the advantage of having more quality output of goods and services. So the 17 social developmental goals are all integrated, they are all interconnected, and they aim at bringing unity, peace in the whole world. We cannot save the planet alone. Alone India cannot save. ये जो developed countries है, USA, फिर ये चाइना, उनके वजह से ये प्रदूषण और बढ़ रहा है. वहां पे इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ हो गया, लेकिन उनका प्रदूषण प्लैनेट को बर्बाद कर रहा है. प्लैनेट के पूरे और में एक चदर जैसा हो गया. सब ये गंदे गंदे गैसेस जाके वहां पे इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं, एंड दैट those gases are giving out poisonous gases, और plants को मार डाल रहे हैं. Plants are dying because of that gases, and if this continues, हमें ऑक्सीजन भी नहीं मिलेगा. And then what we will do without oxygen? We need the plants, plant needs us. It's mutual. वैसे भी companies ने भी अभी care लेना चाहिए. They should use lower, they should use energy which is like non-renewable, which are renewable resources से जो energy बनता है वो use करना चाहिए. They should see that the waste is not disposed in the wrong place. They should take care. If the industries which are increasing, if they care, they become socially friendly, if they become environmentally friendly, economically friendly, then we will be able to save our, planet. And this has to happen in the whole world. The whole world has to work together to save the planet. What are the objectives of sustainable development? Economic growth, environmental protection, and social inclusion. Economic growth, you all know. Environmental protection, that is life underwater, life on the water, on land. All these things which come in the environment, plants, animals. जब God ने ये सब बनाया, तो God ने सोच समझ के बनाया. तो हम लोग क्या गॉड से भी ऊपर है सोचने के लिए कि हमें फॉरेस्ट को निकालना है, बिल्डिंगें बांधना है. एक दिन जाड़ ही नहीं रहेंगे. कोरोना के टाइम पे लोग जड़ी बूटियों के लिए ढूंढ रहे थे. बाद में उनके अक्ल ठिकाने में आया कि हम लोग ने इसको काट दिया, तो अभी हमें इसकी जरूरत है, हमें नहीं मिल रहा है. सोशल इंक्लूजन मतलब सोसाइटी को लेके चलो. रिच, पुअर, men, women, every person is important. Then, yes. Now, what is the importance of sustainable development? Sustainable development will help to fulfill human needs. That is food, water, house, electricity for all. For this generation and the coming generation also, by using renewable resources. Then there will be agricultural development by using rotational crops, then multiple cropping, all the latest technology, which also will see that the fertility of the soil is retained. Then manage climate change, that is very, very important. So many cars, अगर आपको नजीक जाना है तो आप चल के जा सकते हैं, या साइकिल यूज कर सकते हैं, या स्कूटी यूज कर सकते हैं. लेकिन नहीं, कार ही लेके जाना है. कितने गाड़ियां रोड पे इतना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दे रहे हैं कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज्यादा है, ऑक्सीजन कम है, इसलिए हम लोग बीमार हैं. फिर से मुझे अभी लग रहा है कि मुझे मास्क पहन के बाहर जाना है, क्योंकि जब से मैंने मास्क पहनना बंद किया मुझे खांसी सर्दी कंटिन्यूसली आ रही है. Then another goal of sustainable development is financial stability. Financial stability matlab we should have money for today and tomorrow. Even the banks, they should be able to function well today and tomorrow. Even the government should have enough for today and even for tomorrow. We should sustain biodiversity. That is, we should take care of plants, animal, and life underwater too. I told you we are all interdependent on each other. हमें प्लांट से ऑक्सीजन मिलता है, प्लांट्स को हमारे से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मिलता है, एनिमल से हमें फूड मिलता है, प्लांट से हमें फूड मिलता है, एनिमल्स हमें फूड हंट करने के लिए मदद करता है. Then we get milk, eggs, so many things. So we are all interdependent on each other. तो जितना इंसान important है, उतना ये बाकी के भी plants, animal, life underwater, all have their own role to play. God बेवकूफ नहीं था कि उनको बनाने, but पहले उनको बनाया, लास्ट में इंसान को बनाया, और इंसान को कहा ये सब आप लोग के लिए है. But we are not happy. Humans are never happy. This species depend on one another for survival. I told you plants produce oxygen, and then human needs that oxygen for respiration. Unsustainable development practices like emission of greenhouse gases, radiation, carbon dioxide through many cars in the atmosphere kill many plants, and one day we will be left with no oxygen at all. Yes. What are the examples of sustainable development? By using wind energy, solar energy, crop rotation, sustainable construction, efficient water fixtures, green space, sustainable forests, sustainable development can be achieved if we follow the point. And the most important is human activities, human beings, that is men and women, both of them are to be taken care of. That is our health. Our health depends on the environment. That is environmental development. So all these things are required for sustainable development. And human resources are the most important of all. Now, what are the three important R's? Recycle, reuse, and reduce. These are the three important R's for sustainable development. What are the three important E's? E for elephant. E is for sustainable development, economy, ecology, and equality. So the word equality, that is equal treatment for men and women. That is reduce gender inequality. So even in the three E's, equality is there. So without that, we cannot achieve sustainable development. Yes, David Brower, he rightly said, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors. हमें ये जो पृथ्वी है, ये तोहफा नहीं है हमारे पूर्वजों से. ये हम लोग ने अपने बच्चों से ये what is that borrow, उनसे ये लिया है, उधार लिया है. और जब हम किसी से उधार लेते हैं, तो हमारा कर्तव्य है कि हम उनको वापस देना. तो डेविड ब्रोवर क्या बोलता है कि पृथ्वी को हमें दहेज में नहीं दिया है ये हमारे पूर्वजों ने, लेकिन हमने उसे उधार लिया है. हम किससे उधार लिया? हमने बच्चों से उधार लिया, हमारे बच्चों से. तो अगर हम उसको उनके लिए कुछ भी नहीं रखेंगे, तो कल ये बच्चे हमें कुछ कुछ बोलेंगे. बोलते हैं ना कि आपके पास कितना धन है वो महत्व नहीं है, लेकिन आप कितना धन आपके बच्चों के लिए छोड़ने वाले हैं वो बहुत महत्व है. That is very, very, very important. So it is like that. तो ये डेविड ब्रोवर ने बराबर बोला है कि पृथ्वी we don't own, हम लोग का नहीं है, ये हमने उधार लिया हमारे बच्चों से. तो जैसे आज हम लोग कितनी अच्छी हवा, कितना अच्छा एयर भी ब्रीद इन, कितना साफ पानी पीते हैं, कितने अच्छे झाड़ देखते हैं, हमारे बच्चों के लिए भी ये देखने के लिए. मैं जू गई थी तो वहां पे जानवर ही नहीं था बाइकला पे, और इतना गंदा स्मेल आ रहा था कि सबने उसको यूरिनेशन पॉइंट बना दिया था. तो फिर हम बच्चों को जानवर कैसे दिखाए? तो we have to keep for the future generation. The message is that we need to have a healthy environment for a future generation also. So remember, ये पृथ्वी हमारी नहीं है. We don't own the planet at all, but we have to take care of this planet. Otherwise, our future, the children, the coming generation will not get to see anything. We have to focus on the future and not on the present and the past. Instead of living just for today and gratifying our own immediate needs, we should think about how our current action will affect the planet and the future generation who will live on it. The times are uncertain. The challenges are too huge, but the task is one that we cannot afford to duck. So we have to take it as a challenge. I've written a poetry which I spoke on Edison का platform. I'll just read out the poem to you. ये सब poetries शुरू में भी दो poem बोला वो मैंने ही लिखा है. ये भी मैंने ही लिखा है. I will help myself to survive. I can't survive. I must survive. I will survive. I will help myself to survive. As it is my own life, it's God's given life. I will survive. For that, I have to love and motivate myself to face all the challenges and sorrows of life and learn to stay alive. I will accept all the challenges and sufferings of life and learn to survive and stay alive. I have a long life to go and success and progress to show. Rain and storm, I have lots to give, so I must learn to strive and forgive. I can survive, I must survive, I will survive. I will help myself to survive, as it is my own life. At first I thought I will never be able to forget and forgive, but I had to survive and God helped me to forgive as I kept thinking of the storms and thundering I faced in my life. Then I decided that if I have to survive, I have to forgive, thrive, and help myself to survive. Day by day, as I faced challenges in life, with the strength of the Almighty, I grew stronger and stronger and learned how to live along and stay where I belong. I collected my strength and decided not to tear apart. Instead, kept trying to mend the broken pieces of my heart. I felt sorry for spending all the time crying in the past and wasted it. And now I decided to work hard and hold my head up in the air and say bye-bye to my bad past, which will not allow me to last. Instead, I will breathe in the fresh and pure air of self-motivation, which will help me to climb the ladder of empowerment very fast. I can survive, I must survive, I will survive, I will help myself to survive, as it is my own life. This is what all the women should tell themselves. Never depend on anybody and never depend on somebody else to praise you. You should see that you work hard, increase your self-esteem, increase your self-worth. An empowered woman has a sense of self-worth and positive self-esteem. She has a right to make choices. She has a right to take decisions, right to have power to control her own life at home and outside, and the ability to influence the direction of society. Empowerment of women is a must for sustainable development. A woman is independent, multi-talented, multitasking, and many a time she doesn't know her capability. उसको पता ही नहीं है. वो घर में घर संभालती है, वो घर में काम लेके करती है, फिर भी वो बोलते हैं कि वो हाउसवाइफ है, लेकिन उसको ये भी नहीं मालूम है कि उसका कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो घर के लिए. She doesn't know her capability and believe only in the man she marries. अगर पति ने बोला कि तुम अच्छी नहीं दिखती हो, हाँ बस तुम्हें आईना ही नहीं है देखने के लिए. अगर पति ने बोला तुम कुछ काम की नहीं हो, तो बस उसको आईना ही नहीं है खुद को देखने के लिए और खुद का वैल्यू देखने के लिए. Yes, remember, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is not the opposite of success, but it is a road to success. And success comes to only those people who dare to attempt it. In fact, a woman is a full circle. Within her is a power to create, nurture, and transform the whole world. A beautiful woman draws strength from her troubles and sufferings, smile during distress, and grows stronger and stronger through hope and prayer. With this, I would like to tell you, the whole world has to get together and save the planet. But without women, without girls, without equality, without reducing gender inequality, this cannot happen. Because if 50% are males and 50% are female, in fact, the population of females are more than that of males. But if you see the employment percentage on Google, it will be only 28% or something. But in reality, women are working even in their house. हमारे कॉलेज के बाहर, कॉलेज के आसपास सब लेडीज वो मंगलसूत्र बनाते, कान का बनाते, कुछ ना कुछ काम करते रहते हैं. लेकिन उनको ये नहीं मालूम कि वो लोग वर्किंग वुमेन है. उनको पूछे कि आप कौन है, तो बोलते हैं हाउस वाइफ है. सो वुमेन के बिना, वुमेन डेवलपमेंट के बिना हमारा इकोनॉमी कैनॉट बी सस्टेन, द वर्ल्ड कैनॉट बी सस्टेन, वी कैनॉट सेव आवर प्लैनेट. अगर प्लैनेट को कोई सेव कर सकता है वो सिर्फ लेडीज है. लेडीज को नेचर जैसे लेडीज नेचर, उसको ही जड़ी बूटियों, झाड़, ये सब की बहुत ये फैंस रहते हैं. दे लव टू डू ऑल दिस थिंग. और उनको मालूम है घर में खाना बनाने का टाइम पे अदरक क्यों डालते, लहसुन क्यों डालते, उनको ये सब चीजों का महत्व है. सो दे नो दैट ये सब झाड़ इम्पोर्टेंट है और हमें नेचर को संभालना है. तो अगर वुमेन को हम डेवलप करेंगे तो वो नेचर को संभालेगी और नेचर हमें संभालेगा और हमारी पूरी प्लैनेट सेव हो जाएगी. ये तीनों पिलर्स को साथ में लेके चलना है. ओके, टू एंड माय स्पीच आई हैव रिटन अ लास्ट पोएट्री. मदर, प्लीज डोंट क्राई. वी आर योर लिटिल चिल्ड्रन who will be sad and hungry and surely die. Forgive us for the wrong we have done and help us to bring sustainability in life long. We promise not to cut trees and destroy life on land and underwater. In fact, promise to spread peace and unity in our community and country. So please do not send storms and disaster, but save us, oh Mother Earth first. We confess that we have sinned and did not show gratitude, but we will try and change our attitude. With this, Dr. Carolline David says a very big thank you to one and all for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your very comprehensive speech on the topic, empowerment of women a must for sustainable development. You have narrated a story and illustrated the topic. At the same time, we are fortunate to listen your poetry. And through all these things, you have made this topic very simple and understandable for us. So after this wonderful keynote speech by honorable speaker, I would like to invite participants, if you want to put any view or if you have any question or doubt, please ask. Please, participants.
But it was a very nice session. Means I like your poems actually, and it was really very informative session on women. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. Thank you very much.
Anybody who wants to ask or put his opinion, please.
We are waiting for the discussion with the madam. Those who are participant, those who have listened super fast train speech like.
Oh my God, but sir, I hope you could all understand what I spoke.
Yes. We understand, but still you have half hour with your hand. So let us discuss few points.
Yeah, the problem is I was looking at a time. You said 45 minutes left. I kept the watch in front of me today, the clock.
No problem. It was the
I kept
best
the
one.
clock in front of me.
Hello.
Yes. Speak, sir, please.
Hello, I'm audible, sir.
Yes.
You are.
Yes, sir. Today we are very happy to listen you to know, and you are given a very well speech today. We are very happy, and no points have left, madam, in your speech. So there is no doubt to ask questions because you said one statement that woman is the only that she can change the planet. So we got every answers in this statement, you know. So we are very, very happy and very nice presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Once more, I request participants, please.
I
Your
just want to
honorable
share.
speaker. Yes.
So just wanted to share one thought. We are living in the metropolitan city Mumbai, and I can observe that in city like Mumbai now women are really getting empowered. Means they are not into that stereotype जैसे कि हमको घर में ही रहना है ये करना. Now they are becoming very independent. Means they are taking their own decisions and they are not into those कि घर में ही रहना है और वो हम लोग को चूल्हा ही देखना है वगैरह. It is not the kind of thing in Mumbai at least. Means I have seen in case of many women, and I think Carolline madam will also agree with me. Yes, madam.
Yeah, I agree with you, but then I know of so many people, ladies who are well educated, but then after they get married, they just give up their job because they're told that we don't want a working woman, we want somebody to look after the house. So there are ladies who are like, they're not making the use of their education, but they are using it maybe in the house to take care of the family, to budget their house and all. But then what is the use of studying so much and then not using it?
Right.
If they could contribute financially also for the family, that would also be great, right?
Right.
Because today
But
without finance, you cannot survive.
Right. But in coming years, I think that picture will also change. Means it has started now. Let us see in the future. We will get to see that.
Yeah, but we don't have balanced regional development in our country now. Some places are nicely developed. and the interior part places, they are there, the mentality is the same, the way they treat women are the same. So it should be a balanced regional development. It should be like inclusive growth. Then only it is worth it. I mean, for sustainable development, it should be social inclusion and inclusive growth. So then only we'll actually achieve this goals of sustainable development. And of course, without the cooperation of all the countries, it cannot happen. Because I told you, by 250, the population is going to touch 9 billion. And imagine what Mother Earth is going to do. अभी से गाना गा रही है. Earthquake, flood, famine, कितने जगह हो रहा है, लेकिन हम लोग उनके गाने सुनने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं है. धरती माँ को क्रोध आ रहा है कि मैंने देखो मैं क्या उनको वार्न कर रही है, लेकिन ये लोग कुछ भी मेरा सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. We are ignoring the song sang by Mother Earth. It's a high time we take this as a warning bell, that come on now, we have to improve. I started the moment I put on my tap. मैं जैसे नल खोलती हूँ ना, पहले मैं चालू पानी में सब करती थी. I feel नहीं मेरे बच्चों को पानी नहीं मिलेगा. I first close it and then do whatever I have to do and then I start the tap. तो ऐसी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी अगर हम लोग कम से कम we can use it whenever required. जब से सूर्य का लाइट है तो लाइट की जरूरत ही नहीं है. अगर हवा अच्छा है तो फैन की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि ये सब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी करने के लिए we are using the non-renewable resources and they are only giving out all these bad gases and all. So we also need to provide clean energy and good electricity and all for the coming generation. So abhi now we who are educated, we should start practicing, and we should educate our students, children in the college कि देखो लाइट बंद करो, अभी क्लास हो गया ना, अभी लाइट ऑफ करो, फैन ऑफ करो. So all these small things only we will be able to have a better tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Vinod sir, for your question. And thank you, ma'am, for the explanation which you have given. Is there anybody else? Any more, please? Very comprehensive, illustrative, informative lecture on the topic delivered by the keynote speaker. And it was very valuable, as ma'am has said, that we should try to save 3 pillars through which we can have the sustainable development, and also equality for women, empowerment of women is very important because these are multitasking, multi-talented. And after this very good speech and fruitful discussion in which active participants have taken part, now I would like to invite Chairman and Presiding Authority of this national webinar, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, for his concluding remarks. Please sir, welcome.
Thank you, Professor Karad sir. Today's resource person who is well known to all the participants and attached as a family member with our college from last 3-4 years, Dr. Carolline David, Madam, HOD of Economics DTSS College, Mumbai. All the regular joining members, Tulsiram Shelke sir, Prashant Ogade sir, Sonu Kumar Nigam sir, Praveen Kamble sir, then Patwari sir, Dr. Anita Dole madam, and all the participants from outside college and outside Maharashtra. It's the 15th day, 16th day of Women's Week. I think this is the single college which is celebrating 21 webinar of women celebrating Women's Day from 7 to 21. I think 14 webinar we are conducting. All the women resource persons have contributing their knowledge in all dimensions of that Women's Day. Really, it is the celebration of women, not a single day, not a single week, but 2 weeks we are celebrating. Once I announced to all to participate this, everyone came ahead, and Carolyn David madam is concluding one because she have concluded 125 webinars of daily of our college, so should come appear nearly last. So today she delivered a talk which was special because in her dimension what woman can do to save the earth, how she is careful with her family, how she is able to do some saving for the future. So all these factors, how this gender inequality can be, discrimination can be made zero, and for sustainable development, how the renewable resources are used. She is from economics, but she also knows science, biology, medicine. So a master of all sciences and master of all subjects, because when we announce her or request her to give speech, so she is ready and to discuss very studiously with this webinar. And we all are happy. From last 1 year we are not seeing you. Today we discussed with you, and major of the today's participant also are very happy, as like me, that Carolline David madam is appearing today. So we just listen her for today. Thank you, madam. In future also you will be requested by our college, and you should be helpful for
Anytime,
us.
sir.
Yes. And we all are happy for listening today, and as a part of International Women's Day celebration, without whom it should be incomplete one for us. So thank you for us. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And now here, I am for vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank today's honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Carolline David ma'am, for the acceptance of our invitation, and you have spared your precious time to deliver a very nice lecture on the topic. The keynote speech was adorned with the story, the poetry, and number of examples through which we have understood the topic very well. And we are thankful to ma'am not only for this keynote speech, but also for her contribution in starting the webinar series in the beginning. So on behalf of the organizing committee of the webinar series, I thank you, ma'am, from the bottom of the heart. I also thank the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. Yaman Bedkar sir, who is the soul of this webinar series, because of which the webinar series is throbbing and pulsating. And so on behalf of the organizing committee of the webinar series, I also thank you, sir. I thank the participants who are very active, punctual, and they take part in the discussion, and also they encourage through their compliments, which they give in the chat box. So I thank all the participants from different parts of the country and also from abroad. I thank Dr. Anita Dole ma'am, who regularly gives the introduction of the chief guest and keynote speaker. I thank the whole of organizing committee for its efforts to run this webinar series. And finally, I request all the participants, do not forget to fill feedback link to have your certificate. Thanks to all. Thank you very much. We shall meet tomorrow for the next session. Thanks.
Thank you once again, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.